Today's story is about a mother who has never failed a single mission in her life, and on the other side, her boundless love for her daughter. It's like two sides of the same coin. I'm talking about the movie Kill Boksoon. Stay till the end, you're going to love it. So let's begin today's movie explanation. Right at the very beginning of the movie, we see a man sleeping peacefully in his room. But when he opens his eyes in his sleep, he finds himself lying in the middle of a road, and right in front of him, a woman is sitting. The woman suddenly stands up and starts walking toward him. She begins talking to him, and this woman is our movie's main character. Her name is Kill Boksoon. They talk for quite a while. During their conversation, we learn that the man has actually come from Japan, and he's quite a foolish person. Boksoon tells him, "You were sleeping in your room, but do you know why you're here now? Because I'm going to kill you." The man doesn't understand what she's saying at all. Then the woman continues, "I'll get a lot of money in exchange for killing you, because I'm a contract killer. I kill people for money, and that's my job. I work for a killer company called MK Company. There are many people like me there who do this kind of work. But among all of them, I'm the most dangerous and the most courageous." Hearing all this, the man starts laughing. Then he speaks up. While laughing, he says, "But you can't kill me. You don't have the courage or the strength to kill me. But if you still want to try, then do it while I'm sleeping. That would be your best chance." Hearing his words, Boksoon says, "I can definitely kill you, but I have a 17-year-old daughter. She once told me that everyone should always get a fair chance. If the person on the other side can protect themselves and prove themselves, that should be considered. So I want to give you a chance." Saying this, she throws a weapon toward the man and challenges him to fight and prove himself. After that, an incredible fight begins between them. Both of them start attacking each other fiercely. At one point during the fight, Boksoon realizes that this man is actually extremely powerful and brave. She was getting scared that he might actually kill her. So very calmly and cleverly, she starts moving toward her car. And from a distance, she shoots the man. He gets hit in multiple places on his body. Then she walks toward him and takes her final shot. And just like that, her mission to kill this man is complete. In the next scene, we see Boksoon has returned home and is doing some household work. While organizing clothes, she finds a cigarette pack in her daughter's jacket pocket. That means her daughter smokes. Seeing this makes Boksoon extremely angry at her daughter. She starts remembering her own childhood. She used to smoke too. One day when her father caught her, he beat her badly. As punishment, he made her chew and eat the entire cigarette pack. Thinking about all this in the present, Boksoon starts smoking herself. Right at that moment, her daughter comes home from school. Boksoon shares everything with her daughter and tells her to quit smoking. Hearing her mother's words, her daughter feels very bad. She starts misbehaving and says, "How can you tell me not to do something that you do yourself?" Saying this, the girl starts walking toward her room. But Boksoon gets furious because of her attitude. She heads toward her daughter's room, but by then, her daughter had already realized she was wrong. So she immediately says sorry and tells her, "I shouldn't have said that. I'm very sorry, Mom." In the next scene, we see a man sitting with a woman. They were actually brother and sister. They were watching the news on TV. The news was reporting that a man in the city had been murdered. Who killed him, or how it happened, was still unknown. The man then tells the woman, "That's the guy Boksoon killed last night." He starts praising Boksoon. Here we learn that this man is actually Boksoon's boss, who ordered her to kill that person. His favorite killer is Boksoon. Although his sister doesn't really like Boksoon. From their conversation, we understand that a company called MK Company handles these kinds of clients. They were the ones who had contacted Boksoon. And with this murder, their deal with Boksoon is complete. But her boss wants to work with Boksoon much more in the future. He is the boss. Because among all the killers, Boksoon is the strongest and most courageous. The boss tells his sister, Boksoon has never missed a single mission. Next, we see Boksoon visiting a house to meet her friends, who are also killers like her. But their dream was to become as powerful as Boksoon someday. Unfortunately, none of them had gotten a single job yet. One of them says, "We're jobless because of MK Company's boss." Because just like his company, there are many other killer companies, and the bosses of those companies have set some rules for all their killers. The first rule is that nobody can kill a child. The second rule is that nobody can leave their company or join another one. And the third and final rule is that nobody can quit their job without completing their mission. Because of all these rules, working there is tough for everyone. Just then, a man comes and sits down and raises his hand, meaning he wants to speak against those rules. The other companies don't like that, and they immediately cut off his hand. Then that boy, who is actually Boksoon's friend, says again, "As far as I know, Boksoon's job is going pretty well. The reason is her boss gives her regular missions. Otherwise, she wouldn't have developed this much ability. Since she does this work regularly, it's become a habit for her." Hearing this, Boksoon gets really angry at him. She tells him, "If that's the case, then prove your own ability." And to prove it, you need to throw a bloody sharp knife toward me right now. Here, bloody knife basically means accepting a challenge to fight someone. It means Boksoon wants to fight him. Saying this, she leaves. But as she walks toward her car, she sees some people standing near it. As soon as they see Boksoon, they move away from the car. When Boksoon gets closer, they all start misbehaving with her. Right at that moment, Boksoon's friend arrives, the one she challenged to fight. He starts beating up every person standing there and shows off his skills. Seeing his fighting skills, Boksoon is very impressed. Next, we see Boksoon's daughter spending time with her loved one. Although her loved one was actually a girl, they were smoking together. Right at that moment, 3 boys show up there. Boksoon's daughter starts to leave, but one of the boys grabs her hand and starts misbehaving with her. Boksoon's daughter gets really angry and tells him, "I will break this hand of yours." Saying that, she walks away. After she leaves, the boy's friends start laughing at him and insulting him. Next, we're shown the inside of Boksoon's house. Mother and daughter are eating together. During the meal, her daughter keeps checking messages on her phone. Seeing this, Boksoon asks if some boy is texting her. Her daughter replies, "No, nothing like that. I was just talking to my friend." Then she mentions that she needs to give a speech for a school program. The topic is, who should be a killer, boys or girls? She says, "When I give the speech, I've decided I'll definitely mention boys. Because for a girl to become a killer is not a normal thing. It's very dangerous and a terrible job." Hearing these words from her own daughter makes Boksoon feel very uneasy. She also starts worrying because her daughter actually had no idea that Boksoon is a dangerous killer. The next day, when it's time for her to go to the office, she finds her boss's sister has come to visit. She talks with Boksoon and says she's very happy with Jessie, but deep inside, she actually hates Boksoon. Right at that moment, we're shown another fighting scene where a girl is attacking a boy's neck. After beating him in various ways, she's brought to Boksoon's boss's sister. Actually, Boksoon's boss's sister has opened a new company. She's recruiting new killers there, and that girl was one of her employees. When Boksoon arrives there, everyone welcomes her. Seeing this, the sister gets very jealous. She tells everyone, "A time will come when I'll become an even more dangerous killer than Boksoon. I'll be much more powerful." Hearing such words from her own sister doesn't sit well with Boksoon at all. She starts to leave. Right then, the sister stops her and says, pointing at that girl, "I told you all this because this girl hasn't become as powerful as you yet, but she's challenging you to a fight right now." Boksoon agrees, and the fight begins. Right from the start, the girl attacks Boksoon very quickly, but Boksoon cleverly dodges every single attack. At the very last moment, the girl attacks Boksoon with a knife, but Boksoon smartly turns the knife back at her. In the end, Boksoon wins the fight. In the next scene, Boksoon is shown with her boss. She tells him, "Our deal is now over, but if you work in my favor, I can continue working with you for a while longer. My daughter is growing up. I never want my work to affect her life in any way. I'm actually thinking of quitting this job forever, so I'll gradually reduce my missions." Right then, someone calls Boksoon. While talking, she becomes visibly frightened and quickly leaves. The call was actually from her daughter's school. They told her that her daughter had attacked a boy. Within minutes, she reaches her daughter's school. The parents of the other students were there too. Nobody could understand why her daughter did something so dangerous. As punishment, her daughter is suspended for 1 week. The boy was actually the same one who had been harassing Boksoon's daughter at different times. She did this to take revenge on him. In the car, Boksoon talks to her daughter. She's extremely angry. She asks why she hit that boy. Seeing her mother in this state, the girl gets very scared. Then she says, "I actually wanted to kill that boy, but he survived." Hearing this shakes Boksoon to her core. She goes to her friend and tells him everything about her daughter. She talks about her past. When she was 17 years old, she committed her first murder, but now she absolutely doesn't want her daughter to do the same thing. She's actually scared that her daughter might turn out like her. That's why she wants to stay away from everything and only contact her boss in a way that her work never affects her daughter's life. But now the very thing she never imagined even in her worst nightmare is happening. Her daughter is growing up exactly like her. But there's one positive thing. Her daughter still doesn't know what profession she's in, so quitting will be easier for Boksoon. She wants to leave in a way that her daughter never finds out about the killings. In the next scene, Boksoon is trying to explain to her daughter that she needs to control her anger, but her daughter doesn't listen. She starts walking away, but looking at her face, it was clear she was going through some serious problem that she couldn't tell her mother about, yet couldn't handle on her own either. Boksoon's worry about her daughter keeps growing day by day. She's scared her daughter might become just like her. Right then, her boss Meow calls her. He tells her to get ready for the next mission. The target this time is a boy. He also tells Boksoon to take a female colleague along. From their conversation, we understand this female colleague is the same killer Boksoon had fought before. we're shown Boksoon getting ready for the mission. She looks at her knife and smirks. Boksoon and her female colleague follow the boy on the street. Then they go to his house and enter his room. The boy was sleeping. After arriving, the female colleague immediately starts cutting the boy's neck and tries to stage it to look like a suicide. Boksoon stops her and says, if someone cuts their own neck during a suicide, they would never make a straight cut. It should be slightly uneven. Just as they're about to cut the boy's neck, Boksoon's eyes fall on a photo on the table. From it, she realizes this boy is actually the minister's son. Then she notices a note on the table. It was actually a suicide note. Reading it, Boksoon learns that the boy's own father wanted him dead. Right then, her daughter calls her. To talk privately, she sends her colleague outside. When she answers the call, she realizes her daughter is crying heavily and begging her to come home as soon as possible. Hearing her daughter's voice, Boksoon becomes very emotional because in all these years, her daughter had never spoken to her in such a desperate tone. Due to her busy schedule, she could never give her daughter proper time. In the next scene, we see Miao on a mission in Russia. He's sitting in a house having drinks. Just then, he gets a call from Boksoon. Boksoon tells him that she failed the mission, but Miao can't believe it. Then Boksoon tells him that after she went to the boy, he woke up from his sleep, so she couldn't kill him. Actually, Boksoon is lying. While talking to her daughter on the phone, she suddenly felt deep sympathy for the boy, so she couldn't bring herself to kill him. Miao tells her that she has broken the company's rules, so she must be punished. Right after that, everyone around the house suddenly attacks Miao. A fierce fight breaks out. Eventually, Miao kills them all. Miao calls Boksoon again and tells her that according to company rules, if someone returns without completing their mission, they must die. Since Boksoon has failed, her punishment is death. Boksoon then asks him to speak with her colleague. The colleague confirms the same thing. Boksoon then makes Miao a proposal. If he forgives her punishment, she will renew her contract with MK Company, meaning she'll continue working with them in the future. On his way back from Russia, Miao talks to his younger sister about Boksoon. His sister says since Boksoon broke the company's rules, she must be punished. Miao explains that Boksoon is the most powerful and courageous killer in their company, so they should consider letting it go this time. Then Miao thinks back to the past, the day he went to kill Boksoon's father. Boksoon's father was a police officer. Miao was given the mission to kill him. Right at that moment, Boksoon came home from school. Seeing her, Miao stopped. And then Boksoon herself killed her own father. Actually, Boksoon's father used to torture her terribly, so there was immense rage inside her toward him, and that was her first murder ever. From then on, she started working with them, and until now, she had never failed a single mission. That's exactly why Miao couldn't believe it. He simply couldn't understand how Boksoon could fail such a simple mission. Then we see Miao's sister contacting another killer and handing over a file. Meanwhile, the news reports that the minister's son died last night. Right at that moment, we see Boksoon and her daughter talking together. Her daughter tells her, that boy who was murdered had been disturbing me for a long time. He actually had some photos of me. Instead of deleting them, he was forcing me to do some bad tasks, and if I refused, he threatened to make those photos viral. He even wanted to show those photos to Boksoon. The photos actually showed her daughter kissing her girlfriend. Hearing all this, Boksoon's daughter had become furious at that boy. She had shoved scissors into his neck. This means the boy Boksoon went to kill that night was the same boy. Then her daughter tells her that she really likes her girlfriend. She's more attracted to girls than boys, and her girlfriend doesn't want their relationship to become public. Boksoon tells her daughter, "You should have told me about this much earlier." Her daughter fires back, "Have you ever told me what profession you're actually in?" Hearing this from her daughter shocks Boksoon. Right then, the doorbell rings. Through the peephole, Boksoon sees her female colleague has come to visit. Boksoon holds a knife to her throat and asks why she's here, because she doesn't want her profession exposed in front of her daughter. Yet this colleague came to her house without any warning. The girl tells her that MK Company has kicked her out. After that, they go to a restaurant where other MK Company members are also present. Boksoon learns that the mission she failed has been completed by someone named Hee-sung. Hearing this makes Boksoon feel terrible. Right then, Hee-sung's phone rings with a call from Madam Min. Boksoon answers it. She learns that Madam Min was the one who gave Hee-sung the incomplete mission. Then Min wants to talk to the others there and gives them all a new mission. Suddenly, someone attacks Boksoon from behind. Then one by one, everyone starts attacking her. This was actually Madam Min's new mission. A fierce fight breaks out between Boksoon and everyone there. The female colleague takes Boksoon's side and starts fighting alongside her, taking them down one by one. At one point, when Boksoon is about to kill Hee-sung, he reveals that the order to kill Boksoon came from Madam Min. Boksoon suddenly checks her phone and sees her daughter has called her many times. She starts talking while leaving the place. Right then, Meow arrives and attacks Boksoon. The female colleague runs up from behind and tells Meow that Boksoon is not at fault. This attack was ordered by Madam Min. Hearing this, Meow lets Boksoon go. Boksoon then tells him, "I'm going to kill Madam Min." Meow responds, "If you do anything to my sister, I'll kill you too." Boksoon says, "Even if I don't kill her, the other companies will, because many of their people died because of her." Meow then says, "If you can save my sister, I'll save you too, and I want you to stay with my company for a long time." Hearing this, Boksoon leaves, but Meow kills the female colleague because she knew everything about his sister. Boksoon returns home to find her daughter crying heavily. When she asks why, her daughter says she overheard on the phone that someone wants to kill her mother. She asks more questions. "Mom, are you a spy agent? Why do you always have a gun in your bag?" Boksoon replies, "Yes, I'm a spy agent, but I don't want to do this work anymore because I had a big fight with my friends." Her daughter then tells her that her girlfriend actually cheated on her. She had been pretending to love her all this time, and thinking about it hurts her deeply because she almost killed a boy for that girlfriend. After that, they both feel very sorry for their own actions. They spend some time in silence together. In the next scene, we're shown a meeting of all the companies. The meeting is about Boksoon, because Boksoon killed 2 killers from another company while working for MK Company. This is against the rules. One company's owner says, since the mistake was made by an MK Company member, the punishment should fall on MK Company's owner. He places a knife on the table, and immediately Meow uses that knife to kill the man. Because the company rule was that nobody can bring a weapon into a meeting, everyone is shocked by his sudden attack. Meanwhile, Boksoon goes to Meow's house to renew her contract with MK Company. There, she runs into Min. Min takes Boksoon inside and gives her a contract paper to sign for the renewal. Since Boksoon already knew Min was the one who ordered the attack on her, before signing the contract, she uses Min's own pen to kill her. She leaves the blood-stained pen on the table. Leaving a bloody pen, there was an invitation for Meow to fight. When Meow learns about his sister's murder, he calls Boksoon's daughter. He tells her everything about Boksoon. He tells her that her mother works at MK Company and that she's a professional killer. He also tells her that he has received Boksoon's invitation, so he wants to meet her mother at the company. Next, we see Boksoon and her daughter eating together. Her daughter tells her, "Mom, your company called. They said you should rejoin work from tomorrow." Hearing her daughter's words, Boksoon understands everything. When Boksoon goes to meet Meow, the moment the elevator door opens, Meow starts firing bullets randomly at Boksoon, but not a single bullet actually hits her, because deep down, Meow didn't really want to shoot her dead. After that, they sit together, talk, and drink. Both of them are secretly thinking about killing each other, but they both knew neither could defeat the other, because they are equally deadly killers. And they both knew each other's fighting methods. At one point during their conversation, Boksoon says she knows where Meow's weakness lies. Meow actually loves Boksoon deeply. From the very first time he saw her, when she was just 17 years old, he liked her. Right after saying this, Boksoon suddenly attacks Meow. Caught off guard, Meow can't recover in time. Boksoon leaves him bloodied. Then Meow points at the CCTV camera above them. He tells Boksoon that her daughter has been watching everything they've been doing here. Hearing this, Boksoon is completely shattered. For 15 years, she had painfully hidden the darkest truth of her life from her daughter, and in one single moment, it all got exposed. She never wanted her daughter to know she was a terrifying professional killer. This entire situation crushes her. On the other side, Boksoon's daughter is also crying uncontrollably. She can't even recognize this version of her mother. Boksoon walks out of there. She drives home, crying the entire way. She goes straight to her daughter's room. Her daughter was sleeping. After waking up, she stands in front of her mother. She knows everything about her mother now, but she acts as if she knows nothing. Then she goes to school. She walks straight to her girlfriend and hugs her, the same girl she previously had a relationship with. Then she tells her girlfriend that if she doesn't continue their relationship, she will kill her. This kind of direct threat means Boksoon's daughter has already been influenced by her mother's profession. She wants to mold herself into a killer too. Her attitude and her smile are a perfect reflection of her mother. The very thing Boksoon feared her entire life is about to repeat itself. And with this smile, the movie ends right here. The world is very small. Whatever you do today will come back to you eventually. Today or tomorrow. We are all truly helpless against time. The wrong you do to someone today will come rushing right back at you tomorrow. Nature always pays back everything with interest. And that's exactly what the final scene of this movie teaches us. So how did you find today's unique movie? I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll be back again with another thrilling movie. Until then, keep watching the other movies on our channel. Goodbye for today. Take care.